Plata Youth Services supports and advocates for youth facing challenges at home, school, and court. Primarily, we do diversion programming. In addition to that, we have a lot of prevention programs. So we do a lot of work in schools before youth get in trouble in the criminal justice system, but we also do some work in the community.
We do an assessment with every youth that comes to our office, and we figure out what those strengths are, and we figure out where they need the most support.
Basically, my job is to advocate for our youth in whatever way is needed for each individual. So it's very individually based. Try not to cookie cutter, which is how diversion programs usually function. And so we really try to have a better understanding of what's going on for the youth and family, and then determine what kind of resources they need to be connected to.
I got into some trouble, and what I had done was relatively serious, and it could have cost me years of freedom and a lot of life experience. And I was truly lucky enough to have been given as much of a second chance as I did, and not only was I given somewhat of a second chance, they also helped me get my life back together.
I like to say, how can we get you engaged in the community? Let's think outside of you. Research has shown kids who are involved in the community have better success in connecting with their community.
Plata Youth Services is important to the community because we make a meaningful difference in the lives of youth.
La Plata Youth Services was instrumental in being I would say the ringleader of all of the community agencies to engage the community agencies in the conversation.
I couldn't do what I do without collaboration in the community. And to be honest, that's been a lot of my successes with the community and school partnership programming and successes in general with La Plata Youth Services. I was able to reach many more youth within school therapy than our target goal was because I partnered with agencies who also had to reach youth for therapy.
Last 2 years, much in part due to the community-based collaborative work that we're doing in partnership with schools, we have worked with over 600 youth in La Plata County.
There's a youth that came in and we talked about repairing harm to self, family, and community, and she came up with this great idea. She's like, I want to learn to sew, which means I'll hang out with my mom more, and then I'm going to donate. She ended up making an anxiety blanket, which she donated it to the community.
People at Youth Services and people who Youth Services had connected me with on a weekly basis sort of forced me to take a look at my life piece by piece and see that it wasn't actually all that hard to get my life in order.
Being at this organization for 6 years, I've gotten to know a lot of families around and also see a lot of youth who've gone through the program. And I'm now seeing those youth in the community that are in their 20s and seeing them with full-time jobs, volunteering on their own and being active members of this community is really rewarding. And like that, really pulls at my heartstrings, and that's a big reason of why I do what I do.
I was pushed to get my GED before I ended the program, and all of those things came to fruition, and since then I've gotten promotions and raises, and my sister said she's proud of me for the first time. That happened last year. Realized that there's a lot to live for.